Good afternoon, everyone, and good morning to those of you joining us on the West Coast today. Simpson Consulting would like to welcome you to today's webinar, the Employer Shared Responsibility Rules and Reporting Requirements, what you need to know. Now I'd like to introduce you to our speakers. We have Chris Calvert, Senior Vice President and Health Practice Leader, and Kathy Bakich, Senior Vice President, National Health Compliance Leader. With that, I will turn things over to Chris to begin today's presentation.
Thank you, Sean, and thanks for joining us, everyone. We're happy to present an update on the Affordable Care Act and specifically the Employer Shared Responsibility Penalty and rules today, as well as the reporting requirements. As you will undoubtedly know, the rules and regulations continue to evolve and continue to get clarified, but also continue to have a bit of muddiness to exactly what needs to be done. So we're happy to give an update and provide some clarity on the latest guidance that's been received and some of the things that you need to know based on the latest developments. What I thought we'd start with is just a little discussion around the challenges that we're hearing and what our clients are often asking us to do and discuss with them. The first of those, and probably the dominant question that we are still getting and grappling with, and our clients are grappling with, is the excise tax and planning for it. How likely are we to hit it? Some will actually ask if the excise tax will still be in existence in 2018. We're pretty sure that answer is yes. And most importantly, what to do about it. So predicting the likelihood of hitting the excise tax, to what extent it will impact your organization's cost structure, and then working through the options and ways in which a company can avoid the excise tax while meeting all of the minimum affordability and coverage requirements. Another one we're asked about quite a bit is about measuring full-time employees. Many of you on the phone, I'm sure, deal with different types of workforces, some with professors and other adjunct faculty, others with part-time employees or seasonal employees. And we are getting clarity on how to do that, how to measure those and the rules around it, and what represents an actual full-time employee, and we'll spend some time on that this afternoon as well. Clarity around reporting. Once again, this is an area that is looming and feels to many of us like the reporting is going to be required just around the corner. We now have some clarity on what that reporting needs to look like from the employer standpoint, and we'll discuss that as well. And the last one we often talk about is how to maintain a healthy workforce and manage trend. What are the options? What can we do? Obviously, this is very much linked to the excise tax discussions. But even more broadly, how can we get our workforce healthier? What are the options for doing so? How do we address that? And how can we create a healthier culture and environment for our employees? So these are the topics that we're most often hearing that are related to the Affordable Care Act and the Employer Shared Responsibility rules. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Kathy Bakich to address some of those issues and give an update on how they relate to the latest developments regarding the Employer Shared Responsibility and the required reporting.
Thanks, Chris. This is Kathy Bakich. Welcome, everybody. We have a huge turnout today, and I really want to thank you for taking time to sit with us and talk about the employer penalty and the employer reporting rules. One of the things that we look at in terms of keeping abreast of everything that's going on is some of the BNA reporters, and we noted that there was a big tax section meeting that happened in Washington, D.C. over the weekend. And one of the comments that some of the IRS officials who were speaking made was that employers need to be prepared for the complexity of the new reporting rules that are coming down. And we all got pretty nervous because we thought if the IRS thinks it's complicated, then we may really be in trouble. But we're going to try to go through this at a reasonably detailed level. We're probably not going to hit on every issue, but you should feel free to use the written Q&A on the side and ask any questions related to the employer penalty or the employer reporting rules during the presentation, and we will try to hit all of those questions either during the presentation or at the end of the presentation.